Your friend gave you $5. You went and bought a lottery ticket with it and you won $80 million. How much would you return him back?
His $5.
I would pay off his mortgage and whatever debt he has.
$5 million.
Half. There is nothing that I want to do with $80 mil, that I cannot do with just 40.
$40 million and $5. Don't be greedy when it comes to so much money.
I would likely do something like give him $1 million without letting anyone, including him, know that his money bought the don't need the drama of human subjectivity in my life.
He gave me $5, not a lottery ticket. This is like asking how much I would blame him for me getting food poisoning from using that $5 to buy bad fish. I'm not saying that I wouldn't give them anything, it just wouldn't be because I used their gift to make an investment that paid out.
Odds are my friend can't keep his mouth shut and I'd want to remain anonymous, so I'd give him his $5 back.
What? So he gives you $5 for a lottery ticket, then you suddenly have $1 million to spare to him and expect him to not realize you obviously won? How could that work?
Depends on why he gave me the $5. If I said, hey, I'd like to go buy a lottery ticket, can you give me $5? Then I'd give him half. If he owed me $5, like I won a bet or he was repaying me for lunch I had bought him last week, then I'd probably play it more around how much money I'd need to give him to make sure he has a comfortable life.
By saying you 2 million won.
I'd like to say half, but I honestly don't know what I would do in a situation like that. Money chances people, and no matter how much I'd like think this wouldn't happen to me, I can't say that with any true certainty.
I'd pay off his mortgage and then we'd start taking trips. I'd start doing all the things I hadn't been able to do previously. And I'd make him, and the family, tag along.
You go back to him and say you accidentally lost the $5 he gave you. You get another $5 from him.
Can't buy that 80 million yacht with your measly 40 million.
Very interesting, and I think correct, perspective on this. Unless the friend gave you the money specifically to buy a lottery ticket, their gift and the winnings have no direct relationship.
If he is a good enough friend, I give him more. 10%. I might consider half. Give me $5. Let's find out. S.
He knows you win, but not that his money bought the just gives you $5, not specifically for the ticket.
But then you open the idea that you are giving them money because you feel guilty. You'd probably have to leave a bunch of people some money at the same time.
Yeah, surprised it wasn't more understood.
Take everything everyone says here with a grain of salt. Everybody has a plan until they have $80 million in their hands. Money changes people. Agreed, unless you specifically said, let me borrow, have $5 to go play the lotto, you are in the clear morally and legally. He gave you $5 without a care of what you're doing with it. To show respect, I'd give my friend $10,005 and he'd be happier than a pig and I wouldn't even notice the $10K spent.
Greater than if he owed me $5, I'd say that's not giving someone $5 but paying them back $5.
Whatever you do, don't let anyone know. People can sue based on this sort of thing, and it's not unrealistic that your friend would sue you for all of your winnings, even if you gave him go insane when large sums of money are involved.
This is logical, but the friend and me would want to help them out regardless. 80 mil after the winnings and income tax comes out to around half, so approximately 40 mil. I'd split half with my fiancée because she'd do the same for me, so now I have approximately 20 mil. I'd save about mil in investments, like a CD or some utility that is stable, so mil. Finally, I'd split 5 mil between 20 savings accounts at $250K, which is federally protected. I'd also get a lawyer and accountant, but that's changed compared to the current amount. I'm left with mil and, hopefully, set for life. From here, I'd probably hand over mil to that friend, unless they are a very good friend, then I'd give them 5 mil. The rest is for a dream house that has an underground bunker with secret passages.
I'd give him enough to retire.
But anonymously put like $100K in his bank account. Be a good friend. How else you gonna enjoy that money if you have to keep it a secret?
How are you gonna, anonymously, put $100K in your own bank account, never mind in someone else's?
I would find a way to put $5 million hidden in a wall in their house. and then accidentally crash into the wall later. He'd be really mad, but then he'd be like, hey, there's 5 million in here, and if it weren't for you I would never have known. Then if he gives you any money from that, you find a way to return it, like bags in the toilet or in their yard, and just keep accidentally finding it for him. You'll then have a friend for life because of your money, but in a good way.
You'd buy him a pack of bootstraps? S.
Greater than, anonymously, just wear a Guy Fawkes mask when you go into the bank.
My friend told me to play 15 black when I went to Vegas and I won a lot. I gave him half.
This is the only reasonable answer. It really depends on what the intentions were with the $5 from the start.
Bring a firearm with you so they know you're serious.
Pay a law firm. They set up a trust, then they contact the friend and say, we have a client who funded a trust with $100,000 for you. What do you want us to do with it? They will want to know who it is, but the law firm will refuse to say. Then your friend ignores the very obvious scam. If it's an attorney in their area and a member of the bar, they could literally just go to the office. Scammers aren't doing some 30-year-long con involving law school.
I think in your case this was the way to go, since he told you the number.
Do I ask for more than $5? No. I just ask repeatedly. It's free money. As I'm getting the money, he catches me buying the lotto ticket. He tells me to stop. It's his money. I say no. We make love all night.
In the $5 example, the friend knew it was for the lottery and suggested part of the winning numbers, then they should get more back than if they gave $5 but didn't know it would be for a lottery. Financial contribution alone only deserves the same repayment that it would have required if the ticket had lost.
You've never heard of personal injury attorneys.
It isn't about what your friend is owed, it's about being a friend. But yeah, keep that as on the DL as possible, whatever number you come up with.
Dwight, you ignorant.
Set up buddy up with a trust where he only is informed of the executor, not the donor. That way he will have no idea where his newfound wealth came. You pull up in your.
Being a good friend is why the posts above talk about $1 million or so is generous, plus never mentioning it was purchased with borrowed funds because it will just hurt feelings. Let's say 80M as a lump sum, so about 30M 35M is gone for taxes depending on location. 5M 10M 4. The untouchable retirement program your financial advisor will create, so no matter how you up you can live a decent rest of your life. So before you are even ready to enjoy it, half is, and you can make a long list of people and causes to give money to. Parents most typically, grandparents, reserved. Funds for children or grandchildren. Siblings, cousins, aunts and uncles will want something. Depending on the family you might have 20 to 50 people thinking they deserve something, so working with the financial advisor, again you could break up another this point you haven't even bought yourself anything and the 80M windfall is down to 20 to 30M. Giving your friend $1 million at this point is generous for the friend. Might be better with the financial planner again to set it up for their retirement, pushing their eventual retirement date forward 20 years rather than a pile of cash with an accompanying tax burden, but whatever gets worked out with the is a life-changing amount, but it is easy to overspend windfalls and find yourself bankrupt.
Slip a snoozy in the morning coffee. Fly your friend to an exact copy of the bedroom on a deserted island you bought with the lottery money. Only inhabitants are 10 goats. Return a week later. Sleep dart him. Take him back home. Return the goats. Shake him awake shouting, I've just had a really crazy dream. I was stranded on a desert.
80 million is a lot of money, but it's not. All my friends never have to work again. Money. That will start going quick if you start handing it out like candy, and before you know it you and your friends do in fact have to work again in their life.
In most developed countries, most people statistically could maintain or improve their current lifestyle purely on the interest at $8 million, let alone $80 million. For very many people, as little as $10,000 represents an enormous improvement in their financial situation. By getting them out of credit debt and or making a dent in a mortgage or CAD payments or paying for some big home or medical expense. Keep adding zeros and it enormously increases value in a non-linear fashion, because the more money it is, the more money they can make with that money, to the point that, again, they could retire off just the interest with zero debt.